So I received a question, one of my favorite questions, and the question is, what is the difference between diversity and inclusion? Well, diversity really is about valuing difference. The word difference indicates that there's some kind of norm, and diversity brings in other perspectives. And we often understand those perspectives as typically being types of identity, whether it's racial, ethnic, gender, sexuality, or ability. And it can also include roles that we hold in our faith, communities, in our families, and in our neighborhoods. In organizations, what that looks like is not only seeing more people of different backgrounds, but also diversity shows up in statistical data. So it's often measured. It's in policies and procedures. And there are external factors like legal protections that exist for people who come from marginalized communities. They are part of the story of diversity in organizations. And while organizations are becoming more diverse over the last few decades, since the diversity initiative started popping up in organizational plans, diverse populations often report that while they are in the organization, they don't feel like they have a seat at the table. What they bring in part, because they have varied life experiences, doesn't seem to be valued, or in some cases not invited. And that sadly is a fairly common experience that speaks to a missing piece, and that is the missing piece of belonging. We know that belonging is probably the most important human need. It's how people experience value, care, and consideration. And that is where inclusion comes in. Inclusion is about the integration of the gifts of diversity. It involves restructuring cultures, policies, decision-making processes, so that they respond to the diversity that is present in the organization. Inclusion involves all people. It's about the culture, environment, and processes that operate within an organization. And it's measured differently than diversity. It's measured by how people feel. Do they have a sense of being involved? Inclusion also takes effort in order to be achieved, and it has to be worked at in order for there to be a sense of it being fulfilled. Thanks for the question.